right, we're gonna go ahead and start in a seated position. Oh, goodness, get down here. All right. So go ahead and ground yourself down through your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Oh, big stretch. I can stretch. Oh, I'm very sore this morning. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a little bit of belly breathing. So I want you to take one hand and place it on, we say belly, it's really your diaphragm. And you can close your eyes if you want to, or you can keep them open, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
And you're gonna breathe in, and when you breathe in, you wanna breathe into your diaphragm, which means your belly is going to expand. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And then hold it and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you're exhaling, you're drawing the navel in and you're tightening all this. Is all your transverse abdominis.
Okay.
So you're tightening everything in here. You get a little rock. Okay.
Now, do you breathe out through your mouth or your nose, or doesn't it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you're like me, you can't breathe through your nose right now.
Oh,
just breathe out
okay.
through your mouth. Ideally, it should be your nose, but it's
Okay.
it's allergy season and everything.
Right.
People are sick, all those things. So,
Yeah.
all right, ready?
Yep.
Okay. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing and exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep following the cycle of your breath. We're going to be here for a few minutes just practicing. One more cycle of breath. Eyes are closed. You can go ahead and open them. Placing your left hand down on the ground, you're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, bending over to the left side. Creating a nice deep side body stretch. Going back through center. This time placing the right hand down on the ground, inhaling the left hand arm up. And exhaling over to the right. Both arms up, and then we're going to bring them out to parallel. You're going to make Popeyes. Go like this. Show me your muscles, right? Okay, from here, you want to keep your wrist, try to keep your wrist as bent in as possible.
Okay.
And as you extend your arms, you're going to start to feel this huge stretch along the back of the forearms, more than likely. So just send them out as far as you can get them. If you can't get them out far, that's fine. We're just super tight, right?
I don't know if I've ever stretched there before.
And then go ahead and open your arms all the way out and try to flex those wrists down to the ground.
Feels good. Probably because I'm a hygienist, so like.
You're always working with your hands.
Oh yeah, and
Bring it back in, Popeye arms. Show me your muscles. All right, and then send the arms back out. Again, stretching the back of the forearms.
I don't think I have any muscles yet.
You got muscles. Right there.
They're in there somewhere.
And then send them all the way out and flex. Okay, backs. Inhale the shoulders up. Drop them down. One more time. Inhale them up. And drop them down. Okay. Now we're going to move into a bound ankle pose, which is butterflies.
Okay. Yep.
So from here, you can either have them further out in front of you or really super close in. It's just going to be what you're looking for today.
I feel like I can't sit like this. I don't know.
So find what feels comfortable.
Yeah.
And it feels different from day to day. Like half the time, my feet are all the way in, but today they feel better out here, so that's where we're going. And you can either grab your toes or your ankles, either one.
Okay.
Sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to start to hinge forward at the hips. And I want you to try to think about that flat back position when we do like a forward fold. You're looking over your toes into, or we're looking into the ocean today. We're peering over the edge. We're on a sunny beach. We're in the Grand Cayman Islands.
That'd be nice.
My first thought was Rome, and then I was like, no, Rome has a bunch of cedar trees, which is what I'm highly allergic to.
Oh, really?
And I was like, I don't really want to sneeze that much. But
Had you been there?
Yeah, I went there in February where everything was like dead here, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And then like when I stepped off the plane there, when I went, it was warmer than it is here. But as soon as I stepped off the plane, I went, oh no.
Oh my gosh,
I could just feel it instantly in my face.
Oh.
It had the shock value. I did it.
Right.
Alright, sit nice and tall. And then just kind of wiggle your legs out here, get a little rest. Ooh. Contact's moving. Or maybe I have a hair in my eye. Alright, and then we're going to lean forward again. Looking over the edge. And again, if you want to make any of those adjustments with your legs, feel free. You're not confined to any one position. Leg out to the side and bringing that foot into the thigh area here. Excuse me. Inhaling the arms up, twisting, and then coming over the leg. Just let it fall heavy. I know.
My leg is so tight.
Yeah, so is mine.
Oh my god.
I blame it on the fact that we didn't practice last Friday.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She did tell you ahead of time that I had.
Yeah, whatever.
Canceled, right?
Yeah.
I hope so, because I notified her. I should have, I don't know if I should text you or her.
Her, so that way you don't get charged.
Well, since I canceled last minute, I was like, you don't have to reimburse me. So hopefully you still get paid for it.
Oh, okay. Because
it was.
When did I miss? I messaged her late on Thursday last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, do we have any? Because I forgot. Usually I message her the day before. Do we have any sign-ups? She was like, no, you don't have anybody. I was like, cool.
Yeah, I was signed up and then I had to cancel. And I wanted to let her know, in case, I didn't want you to come here in case I was the only one again. So I was like, God, I hope she lets her know in time.
Yeah. All right.
And if I drove all the way here.
Go ahead and switch legs here. And inhaling up to the center. And then we twist, and then we come over. Oh, and then we wiggle ourselves on down.
I apparently don't stretch enough. Like, I feel like I stretch, but I don't stretch enough.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Those pom-poms are glued
Yeah, I kind of wonder.
to a board or cardboard or something. I
Oh,
bet
maybe
you
it
it's
is
a
for their
picture.
pictures, yeah.
It's a picture frame. I bet you for them to see it
Mhm.
in and take pictures. And they used old pom poms for that.
Yeah,
That's cute.
that is cute.
See, now really I'm jealous.
I wonder who the- It's neat. Wonder where they get their ideas. Pinterest, probably.
Yeah, I'm not a Pinterest mom.
You're not.
No.
Yeah.
I'll
never
look things
used
up
it.
when they're like, oh, you gotta make like the Halloween boxes. And I was like,
Oh.
cool. Now I'll ask my kids, what do you want it to be today? Godzilla. Okay. Pinterest. How do I make a
Yeah.
Godzilla?
There you go.
Because I don't know how to do it.
I've made a couple recipes off there. They've all stunk. I mean, maybe it's me, but I was like,
No, it's them.
I don't trust their recipes.
Alright, come back in the center. This time send both legs out wide. And then just relax down to the center.
Oh,
Letting the head hang heavy.
I am not flexible at all.
I'll blame it on the day, the time of the year.
Oh, I can't even lean forward. They used to dance when I was younger. I could do everything.
Right? Isn't that the hard part though? Like you compare yourself to your younger self, you're like, I used to be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Now I feel like a guy. You know how guys can't stretch?
I asked my husband to touch his toes the other
They
day and he's standing
can't.
up and he goes, I was like, that's not what I meant. He could barely get his like arms to his,
Oh,
past his knees and I was like, sir, this is why your back hurts.
Yeah, that's probably why my back. My body don't want to go forward.
No, mine doesn't either today. My hips are very, very tight today.
As much as you work out.
Yeah. Maybe it's because we did, what did we do? Oh, we were practicing in karate yesterday,
Oh yeah.
like your fighter stance, and it relies more on your back leg, which requires you to engage like a lot of these
Oh.
outside glute
Mhm.
muscles. And although I'm used to engaging them, when you're holding something, isolating something for a while, it makes them very, very similar.
Yeah.
Very tight. Alright, coming back up. Alright, we're moving into tabletop, so we can go into a couple cat cows here. And I just bought these pants and they're like, they're rolling down. I'm like, that's very
Oh
uncomfortable.
no, yeah.
It's very, very uncomfortable. Alright, so we're at tabletop. Go ahead and just wiggle yourself around a little bit here, finding any kind of looseness that you may need. Again, stretching out the hips and the wrists. And when you're ready, we're gonna find stillness in the neutral position in the center. And we're gonna inhale, round up, sorry, is that right? Inhale, round up,
I think
exhale,
so.
yes, yeah. Inhale, round up through the spine. My brain went a little crazy there. Tucking the chin to the chest. And then exhaling, sending the gaze forward, dropping the low belly, chest forward. Inhale, round through the spine. Chin to chest, so you're pushing away from the ground with your arms. Still a very active pose. And then exhaling, dropping the belly. Sending the chest and the gaze forward. Inhale, cat. Exhaling for cow. Make sure your shoulders are staying out of your ears. Pull them down. It feels like a very counterintuitive movement. Go ahead and round through the spine again. Exhaling through cow. Coming back into a neutral spine. Take your hips, pop them over to the left, so you have more of your weight on your left leg, and then you're gonna look back to the right. You should just feel a small stretch in this hip area on the left-hand side. And if you adjust your weight back a little bit or forward a little bit, you'll find the sweet spot. Okay, coming back through center up first, and then transfer your weight over to the right leg, and looking back to the left, and then find your sweet spot in that hip. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Back through neutral. Now we're gonna move into puppy belly. So when you move into puppy belly, you wanna keep your hips over your knees, and you wanna send the arms out, bringing the chest down to the earth here. Now when you do this, you might not go far, and that's fine. You have to bend your elbows to kind of get that head down to the ground, that's fine too. But you're looking for a deep stretch in your shoulders. But I want you to be mindful of keeping the hips over the knees, and watch your low back. We don't want to dump into our low back. We want to keep that contraction that we practiced with the belly breath, and squeezing that transverse abdominis, so that way you can, oh boy, protect that low back there. And if the forehead doesn't come down, that's normal. It's fine. We'll get there. We're tight. Deep breaths. One more deep breath. Go ahead and release the arms. Send your bottom back towards your heels. We're going to be coming into a child's pose. From here, you can leave the arms relaxed next to your head, or if you want to fold them down beside your legs. Whatever's feeling the most comfortable for you today is what I encourage you to do. When you take that deep breath in, I want you to breathe into that back body, really expand the muscles in the back. Excellent job. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and come back up to a seated position. Ooh, that was a stitch. Move back into, tabletop. And from here, I want you to go through a couple more cat-cows, just noticing if your spine feels any different when you do it. So go ahead and inhale for cat. And exhaling for cow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. We're moving into Sphinx pose next. This is everyone's favorite. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and come up to a plank position. Drop it down to your forearms. okay? So make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders, and then from here, you're gonna let the hips fall down to the earth, untuck the toes, and this is Sphinx. This is where you
okay,
are.
good. That doesn't have to stay like that.
So from here, your hands can be flat on the earth here. Now, this is a lot because sometimes that what we think of as external rotation for our shoulders can be really intense for a lot of people.
Okay.
You can bring the thumbs or the hands together if that's something that's easier on your shoulders, just depending on where your level of flexibility is. But from here, you're gonna actively tighten up your glutes. Legs are active in the back, pressing into the earth, and you're gonna try to bring that chest forward. Think again, like the Sphinx statues, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're, opening up the chest and the throat. And then from here, see if you can untuck the toes, pushing back up into that forearm plank. Okay, you're gonna drop the knees. And then you're gonna send the hips back, coming into that puppy pose again. Alright, then go ahead and, drag that nose along the ground here, and you're just shifting forward, coming back into that Sphinx pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Alright, one more time, push yourself back up to that elbow plank here. And we're gonna hold for just a second. You got this. Go ahead and drop the knees, and then send the hips back, coming into that puppy pose again. Excellent job. Go ahead and come back to child's pose, getting there however is best suited for your body. And just allow the forehead to fall to the earth. And the arms can be either out in front of you or down by your side, wherever you find the biggest release at for your shoulders and your back. Alright, yourself back up, to that seated position. Now we're gonna work on some strength building. Since we've stretched ourselves out here, we're gonna make our way to our bellies, however you wanna get there. And we're gonna have those hands, planet, think like when you do a push-up, right here at the, underneath the shoulders. And from here, I just want you to practice lifting your chest and your hands off the ground. Maybe you challenge yourself and also lift your legs off the ground. Like a weird Superman, right? If this is too much at any point, you can put the legs down.
It's gotta be a good back strengthener, is that what that is?
Yes, yes. We're working a lot of
amazing.
back bends and posterior chain engagement.
You do back bend? Oh,
I said this is what we're working on.
Oh, okay.
Anything, we've done some back bends, technically. I mean, technically a Sphinx is in puppy belly are kind of like back
Oh.
bendy, right?
I'm thinking of the old.
Oh, no, like a
Back
full
bend.
wheel.
You
Go ahead and
know,
relax
when
down
you-
to the earth. No, my version of a back bend now does not look the same as it did when I was a
Oh
child.
my gosh, can you imagine?
Oh.
My would break in half.
It's like my goal this year. It's probably not gonna happen, but I still have a goal.
Oh.
Go ahead and inhale those up again.
Try that.
And the other day I was practicing this forearm stand, and like I kicked up against, I wanted something just to catch my foot when it came over, so I was like, oh, my bed's the perfect height, right? Because it's not like a wall. And I kicked over, but I kicked over too hard, and then I got stuck on my forearm.
Oh my
And I was like in
gosh.
this like scorpion pose, and I was like, oh, how do I get out of this?
Oh my
I was like, I
gosh.
can't roll to one side or the other, what do I do?
Oh no.
And then afterwards I was like, we're done, we're done. We're just gonna stretch and be done.
That's enough of that.
And go ahead and relax back down to the earth. All right, this time we're gonna add in some IYTs. Everybody does not like these, so,
Uh-oh.
but they're good strengthening for you. So when you inhale up, and at any point you can drop your feet down to the ground if this gets too much, you're gonna go ahead and send the arms out long in front of you. So here's your eyes. Your Y's is you're gonna open them up, and then your T's come all the way out to the side. IYTs. And then you just keep doing that. I,
Oh, okay.
Y, T, and it burns.
Yeah.
But it's an excellent shoulder strengthener.
Notice my left shoulder's popping.
Yes, be gentle with it. Maybe you only do the right today.
Must be arthritis.
Oh. All right, give me one more. Good. All right, let it down. Oh, relax. Relax. Just gonna lay here. It's good for you.
Right?
Get one more round of those. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Inhaling up, send the arms out long. Remember I, Y, T. Ooh, not back, it's burning. Shoulders are burning too. I, Y, T. Oh. One more. And relax down. I want you to go ahead and push yourself back again into that child's pose, just to get that little bit of rounding of the spine, get some of that pressure off of it. And again, let the arms fall wherever you would like them. Breathing deep into that back side body. Excellent job. Make your way back to your belly. And then go ahead and place those hands right at your shoulder, chest level again. And we're gonna push up into your version of cobra. So you can have a baby cobra, or if you're feeling more bendy today, you can come way up, wherever's feeling best for you. But make sure you draw those shoulder blades down and away from the ears, but you still wanna draw them together, like you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. So deep strength here. And when you're ready, you're gonna flip the toes over and you're gonna make your way on the right spot on the mat to a downward facing dog. Get there however you feel best. Nice and slow. Remember to send the hips up and then send them back. And you can pedal out the feet, take any kind of wiggles that you need here. It's your first down dog of the practice. I know legs are tight. Oh. Ooh. Ready, we're going to inhale the right leg up to the sky for a three-legged dog. And then when you exhale, you're going to step it all the way through between your hands. However it needs to get there. If you're going to grab the ankle, drag it up. Coming into that low lunge, go ahead and drop that back knee down to the earth here and just pause. Stretching out that hip flexor in the front of the hip on the left-hand side here. Go ahead and send the hips back, coming into that half split here. Oh boy. Drawing the right hip crease back, flexing that toe on the right-hand side. Flowing back through to your low lunge. Now don't dump all the way down into your low lunge today so far, because you're going to sit up and you're going to see if you can engage that hamstring to pull the toe up to come into a quad stretch on the left hand side. It might not work, and if it doesn't work, it's fine. But that's something, there you go. At home, I know, at home you can use like a towel to wrap around your foot to practice engaging, because that helps you get that, woo, as I come out of it, it helps you get that space that you may need, because the quad doesn't come all the way up.
My knee just popped. I can't balance.
Widen your stance. Send your left, what is this, your right foot out more towards the edge of your mat.
Oh.
This way.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
That way. Oh.
And that should give you a wider base to be able to balance. Does that help? Maybe, maybe not. So now we know what we got to work on. All right, go ahead and relax that down. Ooh. All right. Step it back into plank. Excuse me. And then we're going to lower down through chaturanga, and then coming in through either upward facing dog or cobra, your version. And then sending it back into the downward facing dog, noticing how it may feel side to side. If there's any differences. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and inhale the right leg, or excuse me, the left leg up this time. And then exhale, step it through to your hands, however it needs to get there. If you got to drag it along, drop that right knee down to the earth and just coming into that low lunge. Drink your tea or your coffee, your water.
Probably should have left my water way over there.
I can see I need to send my husband with about $20 worth of stuff for my daughter. Looking at the signs.
Yeah, right.
Because she's going to be like, Daddy, I need a tiara.
Yeah.
I got to have the hair. I laughed because I was like, they're just going to go to school today, and then I'm going to pick her up, and they're going to come home with the bus, and then I'm just going to get her dressed, and she's going to go. She'll be fine. This is like my plan for many, many moons, right? And then I ended up having to work Saturday, which was my hair appointment.
Oh.
So I was like, well, I'll just take today off because I didn't really feel like working today anyways. And I will go ahead and come back through your half split. We're going to pull back that left hip crease. I was like, and I'll just make my hair appointment. And then my husband was like, oh, well, I'm going to take off Friday too. And I was like, oh, well, you definitely need to get your hair cut because he doesn't really have a lot of time to go. And I was like, well, if you're off during the week, you're going to get your hair cut.
Right.
And then when I cut my hair, I just take the kids with me. And while my hair color's like setting, she'll cut the kids' hair, so it's convenient.
Nice.
And so I was like, well, I guess I'll just like pick the kids up early from school and I'll get their hair cut too. And then I was like, how did this turn into a spa day for the daddy-daughter dance?
Yeah.
Because that is exactly what I was trying to avoid.
That's what I was thinking. I remember those days, and it is a spa day.
And I was like, I was trying to avoid all of that. Because then my son's going to expect the same thing. But his version of a spa day is like coming home and like playing Minecraft.
Yeah. Is your daughter going to get her hair all done?
So yeah, usually every other time when I take her, we do like a temporary dye in her hair. And so she does like the pink that like washes out usually.
Yeah.
But today she's like, I want the pink and the purple. I'm trying to not encourage her to dye her hair because she's got like that perfect blonde hair that people pay so much money for to like get that color. And I'm like, you don't understand.
Right. No, she don't. But look, that's probably why she wants the pink. And
what pink? She says pink's my favorite color, and I want to put some purple in there too.
There you go.
Whatever.
I bet it is cute though.
She's a handful, that's for sure.
How old is she?
She's 5.
Oh.
She's 5 going on 25.
Yeah, how cute.
All right, go ahead and come back through that low lunge. Remember, don't dump all the way in. Set up, make any adjustments that you need. See if you can engage that hammy to fire up that quad there to get that stretch on the back. Widen the stance. There you go. Looks like it's easier on that side for you.
Yeah, it is. There we go. Oh, crap.
Gentle, gentle.
Oh, I need knee pads or something.
Gotta get one of those. Husky is what comes to mind because my husband's got a black one that he uses like out in the garage when he's like kneeling on things.
Oh, right.
And then when I have to go in the garden, that's what I use.
Yeah.
Gardening knee pads, mechanics knee pads.
It's like when you're younger, none of this stuff bothered you.
I know. Right, go ahead and release.
Oh.
All right, step it back into that plank position. Again, lowering down through chaturanga, and then coming up through either upward facing dog or cobra. And then coming through your downward facing dog, reversing the hips up and then back. Pausing, taking a couple breaths. And then walk your way to the top of your mat, coming into that forward folded position. Now, first forward fold of the day, so make sure you give yourself that generous knee bend here and let the head hang heavy. You can also crisscross the arms. Ooh, just let the arms hang heavy here. The arms are crossed, so uncross them. Extend the legs straight as you come up into a half lifted position. And then fold. And inhale the arms all the way up to the sky. This big full body stretch. And then exhaling the hands down to the side. Pausing for just a moment. Notice how you feel. All right, from here, go ahead and bring your hands into heart center. We're going to shift our weight over to our left foot, and then you're going to start moving into tree pose. You're going to start by popping that right heel up then you can start it either at your ankle, calf, knee, finding what feels good for you for your version of tree pose. And remember, the foot is actively pressing into the left leg, and the left leg is actively, pressing back, creating that nice block there. There's counterbalances. Sometimes it helps if you press the palms into each other too. Good. From here, see if you can take that foot off the leg, bring the foot out in front of you, balancing the knee in front of you. Doesn't have to be high, it can be low to the ground. If you need to tap it down, that's fine too. And then from here, I want you to take your right elbow and drive it back behind you, kind of coming into this spinal twisting motion. Again, if you have to tap that front leg down at any point for balance, it doesn't have to be high. Finding your version of it today. Remember that belly breathing we did when we exhaled and we contracted all the way through?
Yep.
That's what you're doing. It'll help, I promise. You're like, no, it won't. Alright, from here you're gonna go ahead and untwist, and then you're gonna take that right leg and you're gonna step it back behind you. Not far, because we're going into a pyramid pose. So your legs are already in pyramid. So from here, you're gonna go ahead and just start to hinge forward. Now, ideally, if you could get your left arms all the way down to the ground, that'd be great. But that's not available for a lot of people. Keep that front leg straight and just come down as far as you can. If you want to add on to this, you can interlace the fingers behind the back and extend the shoulders up, just creating a nice extra stretch here. Again, your version. Peeling that left hip crease, send it back. Ooh, gotta widen my stance here. To kind of even those hips out. If it helps, put your hands on your hips. See if your thumbs are even. See if your hands are even here. And now we're gonna flow into that revolved triangle. So if your hands are interlaced, go ahead and unlace them. And to the best of your ability, you're going to reach up with your left arm up to the sky, finding that twist there. And if you have to bend the front knee while you're doing this in order to reach the ground because we don't have blocks, it's totally fine. Ideally, you would like a big stack of books or blocks here.
Yeah, I've seen those blocks.
Something to create that space there, right? So
yeah.
Since most of us can't reach the ground.
That's nice. Yeah, I should get one.
Excellent. Go ahead and bring the hands down to the earth. Go ahead and bend that front knee. If you need to walk the back leg in a little bit, you can. So both hands are going to be on the ground here. We're going to be moving into half moon. I always start with a nice bend in the front leg here, but we're going to be bringing the right leg up and then opening up to the side. Now you can keep that micro bend here in that left leg if you want. You can try to straighten it out, finding your version. Play with where your weight lands in that bottom foot, because sometimes that makes the difference for your balancing. So maybe rock back and forth a little bit, finding what feels good. Hips are opening up to the sky. And if you're able, again, if you want to advance it, I usually take my arm that's the same as my leg and send it out to the side of the mat a little bit just for counterbalance before I inhale up the opposite arm to open up.
Like my left thigh is on fire.
I got you.
Oh my
We
god.
burning. Let's see, what was I gonna do after this? Okay. And then, like we practice on the ground, again, this is more of an advanced thing where we contracted that hamstring for that quad. If you're able to do that, if you're able to reach it, that's great. I can't. It's not on this leg. But again, that's where that towel or strap could come in handy to really find that extension. Good, And then slowly unpeel yourself, melt everything back to the ground, nice and gently here. Coming into that forward folded position. Just noticing the difference between your right side and your left side. Give your hips a little sway back and forth. And when you're ready, you're gonna inhale, finding half lift. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, hands into heart center. This time we're gonna start with our shifting the weight over to our right leg, popping that left heel up, coming back to the tree pose on the opposite side here. Bring it up as high as you feel comfortable with. Remember, the left foot is pressing into the right leg. They're creating that lock, that counterbalance. It doesn't have to be all the way up. If you're just balancing with your foot popped on the ground, that's enough challenge for some of us. Go ahead, send that left knee forward, driving it up. And again, it doesn't have to be high. If you want to tap it down on the ground, that's fine too. And once you find that balance, we're going to drive the left elbow back, coming into that twist. Balance, balance, balance. You're like, it's not balancing. And then go ahead and send the left leg back behind you, coming into that pyramid pose. Again, not a deep stance here. Legs are straight and then you're hinging forward. Wow, I can really feel that in the right leg. Sending that right hip crease back. Again, if it helps to put your hands on your hips here to see where they're falling in line at. And if we want to advance it, you could again take the bind behind the back. This time I suggest that you do what I call the funky grip. So put the other thumb on top. It's gonna feel weird. It's not gonna feel like what you're normally used to. Ooh. And if you did take the bind, you can go ahead and release that, allowing the hands to float down to the ground. And again, if you need to bend that front knee, go ahead. And you're gonna send the right arm up to the sky, coming into that revolved triangle. Oh, there it goes. And then bringing the right hand back down to the earth. Nice generous bend. And the right knee, as you start to pick the left leg up and opening up to the side, coming into that half moon. Holy cow. Oh, my gluteus medius on this side is like, girl,
Yeah.
I feel it. It's very tight.
On fire.
And then, if and when you're ready, you can send that left arm up to the sky. And it says, it's not happening today. This is what I love about yoga though. Like usually this is a fairly stationary pose for me, but today, today it says no. But right, that's not a bad thing. That kind of teaches you to listen to your body. Teaches you to take what you need. Go ahead and bring the left leg down to the earth. Finding that forward folded position. Teaches you, you know, just to listen, be calm, relax. Just because it works one day doesn't mean it's going to work every day.
Yeah. Go with it.
That's why it's called practice, right? We don't call it a yoga workout, it's called yoga practice. All right, and go ahead and walk yourself up, slowly but surely, coming into mountain pose. We're almost done. So now we're gonna do some nervous system kind of regulation type things. You may see children may have done this before. You would be like, why do you do that? It's just kind of a weird meditative thing. So you're gonna close your eyes. You're in mountain pose here. And you're just gonna start to twist side to side, slowly but surely, just allowing the arms to flop back and forth, side to side. And we're gonna be here a minute. Now, if closing your eyes makes you feel dizzy, you can certainly keep them open.
Okay.
But the point is to kind of disassociate, kind of come into this meditative state, swinging your arms back and forth, just fully relaxing into it. So I'm just gonna let you go like this for a couple minutes. Again, if you need to open the eyes for balance or dizziness, please feel free. Otherwise, just relax. You can go faster or slower, play with it, see what your body wants you to do today. Go ahead, start to slow it down. And then finding stillness back in your mountain pose. Just pausing to notice how you feel. And then make your way down to lay on your back on the floor, however you would like to get there. Oh. Hugging those knees into the chest. You rock back and forth, sit them in a circle, whatever feels good. Lower you. And then go ahead, if you can either grab your shins here, or if you can reach your feet, you're gonna go into a happy baby. Again, your version. Opening up, stretching out that low back. Go ahead and release the left leg, and you're gonna bring the right knee into the chest and the left leg out long. And then rotate the right knee over to the left-hand side, coming into like a supine twist here. Finding your version, it may not go all the way. Gently coming back through center. You're gonna bring the left knee into the chest. Send the right leg out long. Oh. And then bring the left knee over to the right hand side, supine twist. Again, your version. Send both legs out long. And then your arms going into a Shavasana. You can bring them to chest to belly, out to the sides, wherever you want them to land. We're going to let them land there. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles, finding some movement in the arms and the legs. The eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. Be blinded by the bright ceiling lights.
Yeah.
Did not realize those lights were so bright. And then go ahead and roll to your side here. Pausing to make sure you don't have a head rush. Before you bring yourself up to a seated position of your choice. Okay, bring your hands into heart center. You're gonna bring it up to your third eye, which is your forehead, and say thank you for showing up for yourself today.